Right. Today, got to do a little stream. Playing Trailblazers. I'm gonna try and do, like I said, different streams every day. This is the new one today. Um, to be fair, I haven't played this game hardly at all, so I don't know anything about the game much at the minute. Just I like the look of the game; it look different, so we're gonna go ahead and see how far we can get with it today. And on another note, I was like noticing recently that they just announced Diablo 4, and I was really quite, looking forward to the game. And if you've watched any of my previous streams and stuff, you'll know where I stand with online only games or online connection all the time games, all that. So unfortunately, Blaze or Bizarre or whatever it is was making it. I forget. Don't worry about that. That's not the main point. Is it? The point is the game's online only, so I will be boycotting the game. Personally, I won't be buying it, which is a shame because I really like the look of the game. And the reason people, I know people are going to be like, we'll just buy the game, but I can't, I cannot, I don't want to, I will not, I refuse. You got to draw a line somewhere, and I draw a line when the game is technically borrowed for the rest of its days until they see fit. I mean, no one actually understands the day you buy the game, they've already got their money, and it doesn't matter. As people realise in the world today, life's not fair. So you could buy the game tomorrow, it could go bankrupt, anything can happen. You can't play it. I'm not interested in a game like that, not by any stretch. I like my games for both, I like to play with my friends online and family online. I like to play on my own. Like this game I could bring to the stream, play on my own. It's like Call of Duty. I mean, I love that style, where there's an option. It's like you're not stuck there. The game brings a lot of variety to a lot of people. Now people are already moaning, hearing me talk right now instead of playing the game. But I just thought I'd get this off my chest before playing. I said, everyone knows by now, if you've watched any of my previous streams, I just ramble on, or what's on my mind that day. I don't do these streams as in any other thing. It's for people to see games that maybe they haven't seen. A lot of people don't know that some of these games are out. I mean, I've got a lot of games. That's not a bragging point or nothing. That's just the truth of it. I like to collect games. So I do plan on streaming a lot of different games. Over time, I will be. I mean, there's a lot more games coming out that I'm looking forward to. Unfortunately, Diablo 4 will not be one of them now. But games I am looking forward to still. And you ain't gonna believe it, I've completely forgot the fucking lot. I ain't even joking either, I forgot a lot. What the fuck? Anyway. They'll come back to me. I've just literally woke up, so I'm not with it in a minute. But let me think a minute actually, so I actually think of any of these games I actually really, really want. Oh yeah, the new Terminator game. There's one. That's coming out on the 15th. If they don't hold it back or anything. But didn't even know that game was coming out, to be fair, till like a month ago. And I ain't got high expectations for it, so that would probably blow my mind, because I don't know about anybody else, but when you get a game and you really excited for the game, it's got a lot of hype, it took 7-8 years to come out, and you get it, it never lives up to the expectations. But yeah, a game that they just throw out there off the bat, and then you buy it, always manages to beat your expectations, because you wasn't expecting a lot from it. Like this game. This game looked fun. That's all I'm saying. It didn't it's going to be the game of the year, but it still looked a lot of fun. It looked a game that I would like to play. It looked different to every other game. Which reminds me, I might actually do a stream on the Wipeout series, because I picked the game up ages, way back when it first came out. I've only ever played it twice. I love the game, but obviously you're not living under a rock. You know the reasons why you can't play all your games. I mean, when you've got a large library like a lot of people do, including myself, the memory on the PlayStation, you have to keep constantly deleting your games. Now, I ended up buying the 4 terabyte hard drive, which literally broke within the first month of me having it. So that's kind of put me off buying another one. If anyone's got any good recommendations for an actual reliable hard drive, external one, leave a comment or something so I can actually have a look at that. I'd be grateful, because I bought the original PlayStation 4 one and it just broke. It just didn't work. It was still like, I'll try to explain it before I actually start this gameplay so people can actually understand what I'm about. It sort of said it didn't corrupt or nothing. What happened was my dog ended up knocking the PlayStation off, which unplugged it from the back. Not the actual hardware itself, just the actual console unplugged. Plugged it back in. I thought he'd maybe confused it, because after formatting it again and everything, it would find it. It would find it. But what it would do is, when I'd plug it back in, my PlayStation would run so slow, and it wouldn't even load a game. It wouldn't play a game. It wouldn't do nothing. It would literally die whatever that hard drive was in. As soon as I unplugged the hard drive, did a full factory reset, as in like just turn it off, turn it back on. No, don't say factory, because that makes it sound like you know what I mean. I turn the console off, turn it back on. It would work fine again, but it didn't with the hard drive. No matter what I did, I formatted it. I did everything. And so, yeah, that's why we'll get a new one. Anyway, enough of the rambling on about rubbish. I'll probably still ramble on anyway, because I forget what I'm doing. And if you hear me repeat myself, it's because if you stream yourself, you forget what you're talking about. You forget, and so, you know, I just try to talk, but people have something to listen to if they actually want people to talk. And that. If you don't, then unfortunately this is not the video for you. But, you know, I'm trying to talk to people. For those that don't know, I suffer with severe anxiety and other mental health problems, so doing this is a really big step for me. It's not easy for me as it is for a lot of other people. I just do it for a hobby, a bit of fun, and at the same time just trying to change a bit of a life cycle. So talking like I do is different to me. So here we go. We're going to try this. We're going to go story mode, I guess. I have no idea. Let's try. Well, as people can see from the basics, we're on chapter 1. So let's do this. I actually don't know what you got to do. I think the cars hover in this game, but they look like they're like from like 1950s, but they hover, so it's quite different. You know, it's quite. I thought that was quite cool. A lot of people probably won't like the game, but it's personal preference.
Yes! Yeah!
Bit of dialogue for you.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, I kind of remember a little bit now. You paint the road, and when you drive back over your paint, you can like go faster or something like this.
Woo!
Yeah, like this, because this is my paint. Why they've done the paint the same colour on that one? I know they're not all the same colour, but I mean on this bit, that's quite cool. Did we do it? Must have done it right. Like I said, this game's not, you know, it's not amazing to the point that you're going to go out and go, this is the game of the year, but I think a lot of people should give it at least a good go, because it is quite fun. It all depends on what style of game you like. I mean, I'd put this in the Wipe Out, and if you're back from Nintendo, maybe F-Zero, something like that, you know.
Yeah!
A bit different.
Yes! Let's go!
And this game's been out a while now. I think it's been out for a year or more now. So it's still good though. Oh, that's different. So these. Couldn't paint over these two. I ain't gonna lie, it's quite a hard game actually, to be fair. I mean, I'm not. That's different. I'm not the best at this style of game, really. I always find. Oh, you can attack people? How does that work? Damn, I'm way back in third. But. No, I think the game's pretty good, pretty fun. But then I like little ditty games. I mean, I'm quite satisfied playing Pac-Man and Dig Dug and Galaxia and that. So games like this, you know, they're gonna be good to me. I think a lot of people out there, they do like these style of games. Well, I hope they do, because it's games like this that's keeping the PlayStation alive for me, because a lot of these online only games are just not doing it for me. Like I said, I'm not going to go back into that again. You already know my point, but I prefer these games. They're a lot of fun, and I might actually again go back and do another stream on Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Don't know when I'm going to do that though, because that game is really starting to frustrate me, especially on the level I'm on. The only thing that makes that game absolutely great though is the fast respawn. Could you imagine if that had like Dark Souls style for respawning? Oh my god, man, you'd never get anywhere. It wouldn't be worth playing, because you die like every single second. But that's another thing. I've got Dark Souls. I might actually get the full DLC version of the game. Game of the Year edition, I think it is. And then I might actually do a stream on that. I think I've got the first one, and I've got the third one. I didn't get the second one. I had it, but I sold it because I don't know. I didn't really like the. I can't say the darkness of it, because it's like, it just didn't seem like you was in a better place in that one. Where the first one you was like running around a castle and that, and the second one you run around a forest and then a castle and this, that, the other. I kind of felt like the second one, to me, I mean, I didn't really get that far in it. But for these people that could platinum that game and that lot, well, good on you. But me personally, I'm happy if I get past the first boss on them games. And that's strategy, I get that, but I always get impatient. I think if I can just go in there, like, you know, I'm used to hack and slash, you know, getting in there. So I run in like an idiot, hit it like 3 times, and I'm like, yes, this is perfect, I'm gonna do it. And then it hits me once, and that's the end of that.
Ready?
So, like, I might actually stream that, you know, get to do that. I've got a bit of a sore throat, I don't know why. Don't know why. I won't get bloody cold. Probably am. I always get this time of year. I always find as soon as you leave the house, you get the cold. Oh, oh man, sorry about that. But yeah, I might actually do like get a better setup for doing these style of videos and that. But right now, I haven't thought about it. And, like, it depends on, you know, if I can keep doing this sort of thing. If I, you know, I can keep doing it. As when my anxiety is out quite a long time, I mean, it's really at its peak. I can't function, do a lot of things, and when my other mental health's out and that, I can't concentrate or do anything. So that's the reason I can't guarantee, you know, to be doing this on a daily basis and that. I do, get me wrong, I love doing it. I love doing it. I do streaming the games and giving my opinion. I mean, I think I deserve to give it an opinion, but I've
Woohoo!
bought the game, and I mean, like I said, it's just for a bit of fun. I think everybody's doing it nowadays, though, but that's good. That's good. The more people that do it, the more feedback people get, the more chance people know if the game's good or not. I've been looking this month. That's another game we get, the Bee Simulator. Now I know that people are going to think, oh my god, why would you want that? That's different. That is so different. Imagine that, a bee simulator. I'd love if they brought out a snake or a spider one, because as a they're good at what they do. When you watch like nature programs and stuff, you think, oh yeah, that'd be fun. Imagine if you had to be like a snake or a spider or even a scorpion, something cool like that. But it depends. I mean, how would you want them to do it if they did it? I mean, me personally, I'd like it to be more simulation than anything, you know what I mean? Like, you've literally got to kill to survive, eat, and stuff, but stay out of sight of bigger predators than yourself. I think that could be fun. But some people see they might want to take it to a different level and be like, I want to be able to upgrade it, have knives stuck on its spine or something. I don't know. See, that's why I ask these questions, because I don't know how anybody else would want it to be done. Me, I'd like it to be simulated, me personally. Wonder if anyone remembers the original PlayStation 1 game of The Crow. That was a really unique game. Now, at the time when that came out, I was only a young kid myself. But I actually ended up getting it. I never watched the first movie at that time either, at that point of having the game. And I believe the game wasn't even based off the original first movie anyway. I think it was based off the City of Angels, the second film. So it didn't even make any sense to me, but it was a pretty good game. I gotta admit, I liked it. A lot of people hated it, but I quite liked it, especially the backing track. And like it, to be, perfectly fair with it, it actually did better than a lot of games today. I mean, they're really repetitive, like come here clown face and stuff like that, but it was a really good game. I enjoyed that. If the PlayStation 4 could remaster every game but only from one system, what would you choose? Me personally, I'd go with the PlayStation 1 just because the library was massive on that. And could you imagine like remastering? I mean, you just look at the library, you could have the original Driver 1 and 2 remastered, as in today's graphics, and completely redone. And but then again, PlayStation 2 had Driver 3, so, but then again, you got to go with the original. You got to go original. And then, what else was on the PlayStation that was really good? The first Medal of Honor, that was pretty good, but the problem with that is it's so stale with the fact that they're just bringing out so many first-person shooting games. I think if they remastered the original Medal of Honors, I really don't know how that would go down. I think people are still buying it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what people think about it. With the fact that they've already done, I'm not doing very well at this game, but I'm just playing it for a bit of fun. So, I wonder what else they would want, because they've already done Crash, they've already done Spyro. Here's one that I would really enjoy them doing. The original Ridge Racer. I don't want them to change it too much because I love the original game. All I'd like them to do is, like, if they did like a remaster of it, keep it all original but update the graphics, and then as a bonus put the original proper arcade version of it on the game as well. I think that would be pretty cool. See, this is why I like to just randomly talk, because some things I think it's good just to see what people would think. I mean, that's me. I'm that era. And I'm PS1 was when I was old enough to know what games, they were and everything. I mean, I played the Mega Drive, but Sorry about that, but anyway, yeah, the Mega Drive. And I remember games on there. I mean, I've just bought the Aladdin and Lion King remastered, and they are really good. Bring back some good memories. And that's actually better because you could save it and rewind and that lot. Whereas Mega Drive days, everyone knows you died, you started again. And as a kid, I barely ever made it past a carpet ride. That's as far as I ever got. And then
Let's go.
you get game over and start again. But I mean, if people remember that, that was, you know, that was one of the games that really did do the Mega Drive justice, that game. Because like the starting screen when you shoot the parrot and the genie goes across the screen and that art. They didn't actually, I don't think they even put the part where he shoots the parrot on the remastered version. I don't think they did. I haven't seen it on there yet. But maybe it's in the final cut version of the actual remastered game, because I've already played the original so far. But yes, can't beat them. Hopefully they'll do some more. But back to the subject of games I would love to see like completely remastered. I don't mean like brought out as an HD collection or something. I mean like made from the ground up, like Spyro and Crash. I'd definitely say Driver 1 and 2. That Crow game would actually be really cool, but we're dreaming there. I mean, let's face it, they'd never do a game like that. It's low budget back then, you know, companies that don't exist today. And you'll also find that when I talk, I might fire one question and then quickly come with another one. That's just how my brain works. Like, if I don't say it, I'll forget. It's like we talk about remastering games you'd like to see. I just thought of another game I'd love them to do, and that is fruit machines. If they actually got licensed to bring out like the real fruit machines. I came third again, bloody hell. Like, you know. But then that's going to be an up and down thing for a lot of people, because there might be certain fruit machines you loved. Because when I was a kid, we had a machine called the Sidewinder, and when you won the jackpot, it played Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell. But I cannot even find a video on YouTube at all of that machine. See, so I don't even know if they'd ever find to put that one on there. But you know what I mean. But if they put the new ones on, that'd be good, like the Alien, maybe Only Fools and Horses, Deal or No Deal. It would have to be a growing thing, like the pinball games. I always had really high hopes for them doing the South Park pinball game, putting that one on there, but that never happened. They never really brought it out anymore. Don't get me wrong, there's loads of tables you could buy on them. I've bought the first one and the second one, season 1 and 2, and I was always in hope for season 3, but they never brought it. So,
Ready?
unfortunately, you have to live with what they do. That would have been nice, eh? What am I doing? Well. Yup. Wow. Wow. That was a bit funny. I'm trying to really think, but I'm trying to concentrate a little bit at the same time. Well, like, what would be good as remastered games? I mean, obviously they're bringing out Final Fantasy 7 anyway. Yeah. Whoops, pulled out my plug. That is just gonna look funny when you just see this. It looks like I'm driving drunk. I can't stop it bouncing. Whoa. Okay, anyway. Don't worry about my shit driving. Let's get on with still talking about what I was thinking about. Oh my god. Anyway, you know what I mean. Trying to really think of like the games I would really like to see, because I've got to admit a lot of them already kind of have been done. Alright, then let's take it out of context to see in like remaster of one just console. Or what about if they brought out the game, all the games that you would like to see, and that makes it easier. When I first ever got my PlayStation 2, I remember it because my dad managed to go all the way and order mine from Curry's. And I remember it really well because I remember getting a console, but like I don't remember like the hype of it coming out, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't remember like everybody getting the buzz to pre-order it, because at the time it came out in 2000, Christmas 2000, and I at the time would have only been 10. So, but I was really happy that my mum and dad got me that. And I remember the first ever games I got a game called Orphan, a game called, what was it called? Oh my god, I can't remember that one. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll try to describe it. Maybe people might know what it's called. You basically had a mechanical robot, but the graphics was like really bad in that one. It was worst out of all the games I got. But I got that. Then I got Tekken Tag Tournament, Ridge Racer 5, and Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. They're the only games I ended up getting, because they're the only, as you know, they're the only games that were available at the time. But I was so like excited when I got that. And the fact is, like, I still remember it. I really do. I remember everything. I mean, mum and dad bought me a brand new TV to go with it. And, well, like I say, it was a brand new TV. Then, today, it's a brick. But yeah, back then, it was a awesome thing to have a TV like that in your bedroom and your own PlayStation. That's amazing. I was like, yeah. But I enjoyed that. I remember that. I even remember when we first got our first ever PlayStation 1. I don't think that was on launch like the PlayStation 2, but we ended up going to a place called King's Lynn, and we ended up buying it from there. And I remember like the first games we got then as well. We ended up getting a big, massive bunch of games, but there was a lot of them was pre-owned from the shop, but they were still like really good. We ended up getting like Buster Move 2 and Ridge Racer Original, and I remember that my dad wanted Destruction Derby 2, and they didn't have it. They didn't actually have it, so we ended up going home, and then the same day going all the way up to Norwich to the Currys to buy it, and it came in a really big bejeweled case, and yeah, that was awesome. That's another game I'd love them to remaster. I know Wreckfest is an amazing game, and I love that game, and I've managed to platinum that. So, you know, I really did like that game. I enjoyed it. I was like, probably will do some more streams on that as well at some point. But could you imagine like if they remastered Destruction Derby 1 and 2? Like, just kept like the 4 cars from the first. No, in 4 was there's 3. Am I right? You're saying there's 3. Let me see if I think about it. There's a rookie car. Which I believe was blue. No, it wasn't blue, was it? Was it blue? Then there's a black car, and that was the Death, the Grim Reaper car. I came first, of course, that's brilliant. There was a Grim Reaper car, and that was up there, and I didn't realise until like recently, looking back on them, that they were the different cars was for different difficulties. So I didn't actually realise that. But they was brilliant. I mean, the commentator in that was great. Your radiator's blown, and blah blah blah. You know, that was so fun. But yeah, I really would love it if they remastered them. That would be awesome. Don't go over the top remastering them. Just sort of like keep the tracks, keep the same amount of cars and everything in it, and just make it like a little bit more arcade style, and keep the same commentator and stuff like that. I think it'd be good. Even if they actually brought them out as the originals, as a HD collection, I think I'd still buy it, because I think that's fun. But yeah, I'm really trying to think of other games that I really love playing. I mean, for some reason as a kid I just loved the fighting games. Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Mortal Kombat 4 and Street Fighter Alpha, and I had one game, and must have been really hard to find back then because I mean I never really knew about it. And when we got it, and then I've seen the price of it today even, and I'm like, man, I had no idea. I was just a kid back then, but we had rival schools. That game is brilliant, especially a fighting game. But I never really got into it because obviously I didn't know much about the characters, but they were still good. I loved playing as the guy with the baseball bat and the guy with like a skeleton head. But there was also a guy. I don't remember any of the names, but there was a guy that had like a spiky hair and he had a knife. And yeah, that was. I actually believe that game came out on 2 discs. The only game I think that I never managed to pick up that I would have loved to have had would have been the Marvel vs. Capcom game at the time. I had X-Men Atom, and I had Darkstalkers, which could you imagine if they made another Darkstalkers game? I know they've like give little hints into like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and you know, even in the new one they put maybe 1 or 2 characters in from there, and then you look at like Street Fighter 5 now, they've got some of the costumes from the characters. But why did Capcom not go any further with that particular game? Because that was brilliant, and you could today add so many more different characters. I wouldn't want them to go like take away too many of the original characters because the game has not been made too many times. I mean, I think there's like 4 in total, and they're all like on the PlayStation 1. I think there's 1 on the PlayStation 2. I might be wrong about that, but that was amazing. That little, I love playing as the abominable snowman, the little fat snowman. I thought that was. Why am I calling him a snowman? He's a Sasquatch, isn't he? Fucking snowman. I mean, I was quite a lucky kid really to have all the games I had as a kid because I had a large collection, and the thing was, I had a choice to play all the different consoles. We was able to afford them, but we weren't able to go out and buy multiple games. All our games were mainly pre-owned and stuff when we could get them out, but we didn't didn't care, at the end of the day. I'd buy pre-owned now, I would if I could. But I remember a game on the Nintendo 64, Clay Fighters, 63 and a third, and I tell you, that I loved that game. I would really love if they made another one. Now, I think if they even could make another one, I don't even know if they could. I think it was Interactional Studios or something that owned it, or Play Arts or something like that. I can't remember now, but I would love to do that. But if they did, I think you'll find it'd be Xbox that had the rights to it, if anyone did anyway, because they've got the rights to Rare. But then I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Can you imagine if they made another one of them? I always remember beating the games so many times to get the fat Santa Claus, and that was amazing. That was a lot of fun then. I hear a lot of people saying like for the Nintendo Switch they want them to remaster or remake the Nintendo 64 Mario 64. I wouldn't mind if they did or they didn't, to be fair. I mean, it's not a bad game, I liked it, but I don't know how they'd do that. If there's enough people out there that would love it for that reason, if you know what I mean, or if it was just a nostalgia of it going full 3D back then. I know it would be a completely remastered game if they did it, and it'd be like Mario Odyssey, so it still would sell very well. I think that'd be good. I would love if they brought Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 out on, as a bundle, because I never liked playing that on the Wii because I could never get used to the freaking controller. Hated the controller. I'm off tandem altogether now, and I'm on a completely different system. Talk about PlayStation 1 minute, I'm now gone fucking somewhere else. But that's what I mean. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be able to play all these different consoles, and they're excellent. Oh, my chair's creaking. Creaky chair. I think it's the ball joint on this chair, actually, no, for fair. But no, I just really would love for them to do it. I swear, do you know when you catch yourself doing something and that annoys you? I keep saying this, yeah, well, yeah, I know, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. Well, I know, and that pisses me off. The meaning I do it is because I'm trying to not swear. I'm trying really hard not to swear. It's such a force of habit, and I know that I don't know how to age restrict my things, and I don't really want to do that anyway. And I want to make it for everybody to be able to watch and play games and interact. I mean, I like it. Right now, if you're 15 or 14 or whatever watching this, you're not going to know anything I'm talking about with certain games, unless your parents still got the consoles, or you like retro and do your research on it. Then maybe you do. So could be wrong again. But other than that, it'd be amazing. I'm just trying to think of like good games I know. The Tomb Raider series, if they remastered them, I mean, the ones we got now, yeah, they're good, but that's not Lara Croft. Not in my eyes, that's not. They made her she looks more like a kid growing up, whereas Lara Croft in the original Tomb Raiders was a woman with her triangle titties. But I used to love breaking her legs in that game. Everyone else probably got it for different reasons, but I love breaking her legs. I just love that sound. Like when you fought that bear and you jumped off the edge, you could jump right from the top bit, crack. I was like, oh, that sounds great. I know Midway ended up going bust, but I'd love if they could, if I somehow knew who had the rights to their games, and brought out the very best of the arcade games. But I find when they do this, I don't know about anybody else, but I find they keep bringing the same game, if you know. Like, if we got a arcade bundle with Midway, this is the sort of games we'd get again and again and again. We'd get Paperboy, Tubin, Rampage, which is fine. I love them games myself. But there's so many better arcade games from Midway. Look at the WrestleMania arcade game and Primal Rage, the arcade version. I mean, I know they're not Midway other than that, but the arcade releases were licensed by Midway, so could you just think if they brought all them out and they could have like an online maybe scoreboard or something? That would be awesome. I don't know how the hell I'm bouncing all over like this, but I think that would be quite cool to see them do it. I gotta admit, I know that a lot of people don't like the original arcade wrestling games, but I love them. They're like Mortal Kombat with wrestling, you couldn't beat it. The Undertaker chucking out the giant tombstones, smack him on the head and the bats and that lot, and oh, I got a trophy. And then you get like, I think it was In Your House, when you could have Vader and he'd turn into this like giant bull thing and run at you in the ring and that. Like, the commentator of Vince McMahon, that was always brilliant. I always found Vince McMahon to be better as a commentator. I always did. I really did. Why he left the commentating table, I don't know. But there again, it's personal preference. People might think, "Oh, fuck that. Don't want him back on there." But there we go. I think he was good as a commentator. Also, I like Jerry King Lawler and Jim Ross, but you know, them days are gone now. Where got these idiots now. Don't really follow the wrestlers much anymore. I mean, we all knew back in the day that wrestling was, you know, all fixed to that lot, but it was always better when there weren't so much social media behind it, because you still had a bit of a surprise element if Vince McMahon was going to, you know, either going to win, lose, and that lot. But now, I mean, I knew that The Fiend was going to win at this event, and we all knew that things that was going to happen at the other event. And again, you see my point, I've gone off tandem again. This is why I cannot when I live stream like I do now, this is what I do. So I'd have to. I could probably do better videos if I had a buy an Elgato or something, and then do it that way. Then I wouldn't have to. I could edit all this shit out, couldn't I? But I just find to be yourself, talk about things, you know, it gives people difference when they come in. I mean, if you've made it this far into the video, then I must be doing something right. Hopefully I am. But it's just random conversations that bring back someone's memory, or, you know, you might have forgot, or then that might bring you to a game that I haven't said, or an event of wrestling, or anything at this particular juncture that you remember. And then you can comment down below and that lot, and you know, share the point as well. It's fun. It's fun just to be normal, you know, and talk to people about just everyday stuff instead of always stressful crap. You know what I mean? I mean, the way I said that, then just it's good to be normal. Like it's everyone's running around not normal. Well, I ain't normal. But no, I mean, I did it again. See, I told you that's that little peeve. And a little peeve, and it just comes out. You're like, I know, and you're fucking hell. And it's But going from one subject to another, the way I do is just how my brain works. It's just constantly on the go, and it constantly goes from one thing to another. So I just say what's on my mind. That could be a good thing in some ways, bad in others. I mean, it could be good in the sense that it's bringing a lot of different conversation to this, and could be good for people to then, you know, give a lot of different answers on different things. Or another people might be thinking it as a bad way of thinking, oh, I wish you'd make up your mind, mate. You keep talking about one thing and then another thing and another thing. But unfortunately, that's what I do. But I just want to think. I mean, I'm easily pleased. I really am easily pleased. I look at games and I think, oh yes, I'd imagine I'm doing that. But a lot of people today, they're all about the bloody shooting games only, and I think that's great. And the ones that aren't, I think there's just literally two styles of gamers now, and that's first-person shooters and RPGs. You know, the MMOs and that. But what happened to puzzle games like Bust a Move and stuff like that? And the thing that gets me is they're not really like big, hard to make games. So don't get me wrong, I couldn't make it, so I'm talking out my ass there. But you know what I mean? You can't take a program and really hours upon hours to do that, when especially when they're making it on mobile phones and stuff. I mean, is that what they think? That's only worth bringing out on a mobile phone now? Because there's so many games that I would literally buy if they made it. I mean, I'd love, let's just talk about puzzle games a minute. For back in the day, I'd love a game which had all the games on it. I mean, I might sound really old by saying it, but what about card games and backgammon and chess and that? I mean, it's not gonna be for everybody, but there'll be somebody out there, whether you're young, elderly, whatever, you're gonna want that style of game. Whoever's just joined this, I'm not talking to myself. I'm just, because I live stream, I talk in it, because if you find it later on YouTube, then hopefully, you know, I get a bit of conversation with somebody and get some comments down below, something like that. But you never know. But I basically just talk about random crap. Right now, puzzle games. What would you like to see if they made a new puzzle game? Oh, I came third. Backgammon would be fun. Just trying to think where else they could really put on a puzzle game. Card games. Roulette, maybe? But then that doesn't really come into puzzle then, does it? They're starting to go to casino. Puzzle. God, that depends how you look at it. I mean, the DS has got loads of puzzle games, so would they put that on here? Well, just one, maybe. Like Super Breakout, the bat and ball game. Now that's fun. sometimes people don't realise that certain games need to be made just to take your mind off stressful situations, and sometimes a really big competitive game isn't going to do that. That's why I love Angry Birds. I think that game's amazing. See, I've done it again. I've gone on did a tandem, but that's a point. Angry Birds. Why did they not remaster? Not remaster it, I should say. You know, why did they not put the first trilogy pack on here? They gave us the Star Wars one, which was alright, but I preferred the first one over that. So, yeah. I'm really surprised they didn't do a Minions version of that game, or either just bring out a complete Minions game. I'm really surprised they didn't. Or Minions Lego, or just something Minions. Kind of missed out of the ball there, but then again, I don't think that would go to certain people. No, I mean, I'd buy it, but then again, I'm not normal. But I'm going to be getting to do a lot more different streams. There'll be a lot more different games coming. You won't see like the same games on the streams as maybe everybody. I mean, I'll be doing the latest games when I get them myself as well, but I'll be mainly going with like just random games. I mean, I might do Toe Jam and Earl one day. I've got that. Jurassic Park, I've got that. That could be fun. Maybe do stream on that. But I haven't played it for so long, I've probably forgotten all the buttons. So I'll have to jog my memory before we do that. I cannot. Is that on my side or is it just... Oh, bollocks. I took out my own team, didn't I? But no, I keep doing that, but no, God damn it, that's one of that is annoying. That is annoying. I know it's annoying. It's annoying me, so it's definitely annoying you. I'm really trying to think of just other games that would really be good. I mean, what I think of probably people will not like anyway. I mean, I've already said like puzzle games, and people are like, oh my god, no. There's that. If you want that crap, go on your phone or whatever people saying, but I just like it. I just like different games. And now my dog is knocking on the door. Tyson! Yep. Ignore me. You got all that space. All that space. But somehow you managed to make all the noise. Amazing. Really is amazing. I might do a bit more of this game and then end the stream, and then I might do a different game a bit later. I don't know. I might do some more Call of Duty. What do you reckon? Because I know a lot of people are streaming that, but it's different when I stream it because I'm utterly crap at it. So it's more funny to watch me just die in stupid ways. So I might actually do a stream on that. I don't actually even know how high you go on levels on that. At the moment, I'm level 30. I want to say 32, but I don't know. I haven't been on it like 4 days or more, so I'll have to go on it. That's quite an easy platinum if anybody wants to get it. I've platinumed it. Basically, there's nothing online, so you know, if you want to do it at your own leisure, you ain't got to do stupid things, which I like. I like that fact that the platinum's offline. You know, I mean, offline gaming, like just the campaign. But that's like, for me, the hardest trophy was doing the. I can't remember what it's called, so I've got to describe it so that people know what I'm about. But you're in the dark and you go into a house. And then you put on your night vision goggles and you're supposed to kill all the occupants in the house. But to get the trophy, there's actually 2 trophies in there. One is to save Alpha 3-2, so you don't let him get shot with a door. But the hardest trophy is to go through that level without being hit once, and you must kill all the occupants in the house with only one shot, and you're not allowed to be hit once. There is a little bit of deprived with it, I'll say, with the fact that if you get to a checkpoint, you don't have to keep like restarting the whole mission. You can just go to the checkpoint. So like if you've already made it in the window and you've got to the bit where they take the woman and put her on the floor pretty much and tie her up so she can't go and tell the others what you're doing, I'll say that. It's where she says she left the kettle on. If you get to that point, that's a checkpoint. So if you get caught straight away, you mess up, just go load from checkpoint. And then once you get past that bit and then the bloke talks and they come through the door and go up the stairs, that's another checkpoint. So you ain't really got to like keep restarting the whole mission if you don't want to. Just clarifying that if anyone didn't know. You probably know, there's enough videos on it nowadays, so already, so there you go. But yeah, I platinumed that, and at the moment I'm just trying to see. I only play Call of Duty for literally fun. Some people take it too serious. You know, they get really snotty, like, oh fuck, you know, you got me killed. Or I hate people that constantly go, I carry my team. You carry your team? Well, you know, some people are good at games, some ain't. But I don't like the fact that people bully people because if you're not good at something, if you're enjoying it, that's the main thing. It's all that matters. It shouldn't matter if you're first or last. It's fun. And it shouldn't matter, you know, if you're carrying the team as you say or not. Look at it this way, you're still getting your points. It shouldn't matter if you win, lose or draw. If you're always top of the leaderboard and your team still loses, it doesn't matter, you're still getting your points. I don't think it's fair to bully people because they're shit at something, because I'm shit at it. I just play for fun. But what was I talking about? I've completely forgot now. That's it. Yeah, I was on about the wrestling when I was saying about why I think they got ruined. I think they got ruined with all the social media basically coming out with outlets and constantly letting all the spoilers out. I mean, you know exactly what's going to happen now, at least 3 months before it happens. And stuff like that, you know, it takes away a lot of the fun with it. I mean, I know a lot of people now will go, oh, wrestling, oh my god, da 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 da. But you gotta think, it's just a soap at the end of the day. That's what it is. It's got athletes in it, but it's just like any other program that come on the TV. They're telling a story, but it's just a shit story when the social media let out the bag 3 months ago what's going to happen. You know, it'd be nice just to get a surprise on the day of what they're actually going to do. I think that's Vince McMahon's biggest letdown, is letting the social media constantly and letting it out the bag. Like, oh, tonight, blah 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 is going to win the belt, and then 3 months later he wins it, just like they said he would. But like I said, it's just a random talk with me. You're gonna find that I go from one thing to another. I just keep doing that. And some videos you'll find you know, really with it, and some you'll find I can't string a conversation to save my life that day because, like I said, I ain't trying to hide the fact that I do suffer with health problems and I'm not. No. It's time in this day and age people stop hiding from if they've got an illness, a mental illness, depression or anything like that. People have got to learn that it just makes you human at the end of the day. Everybody's got something wrong with them. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Don't matter who you are, whether you're Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie or anyone. They've all got something wrong with you. That's not a bad thing. That's a human thing. Look at dogs. They don't give a crap. Literally, they don't give a crap. They can do what they like. It's freedom to them. Well, I think that, you know, to make the world a better place in general, people need to just open their eyes a little bit more, see a little bit more things. What's easy for someone is not always easy for somebody else, like doing this. To somebody, they're like, oh wow, it's easy, I do it every day, I've got billions of subscribers, and I've got this, and I've got that, and I, you know, to me, this is quite hard for me to do. That's why I ramble crap, but I just try and be myself. And then it's the same context with everything else. I could never go on a plane, never ever go on a plane. I wouldn't even attempt it. But people get on them every day and don't give a crap. Like I said, these wrestlers, these Hollywood stars, they get on them, they don't care. Me, no way. Couldn't do it, just couldn't do it. Same with the boat, couldn't do it. I'm happy staying where I'm at. If I was meant to fly, I'd have wings. God would give me wings. So yeah, I'm happy just staying where I'm at. But I don't begrudge anybody else that wants to go on a plane, you know? They want to go on a plane. Have some fun with it. Enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to go to these places. I'd love to go to America. I would have loved to go to America. Because I just want to try some of their food. I mean, I've seen all these cool things. I mean, I watch Ryback TV. And sometimes some of the food he's eating, I'm like, ah, man, that looks good. Well, I don't mean like just American restaurants either. I mean like some of their, like, you know, what they call out in the back style restaurants. You know, like they're not a chain of them, if you know what I mean. Not like McDonald's or Burger King. They're like Texas Tavern or something like that it's called, and they do like a giant steak burger or something. You think, ooh, that look nice. Or they do some really cool stuff, like, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts and stuff like that. I mean, we have got Dunkin' Donuts here, but I ain't tried it yet because they ain't bloody got it in my area yet. But well, when they do, I'll be trying that. You'd be surprised how different some places really are, though. It's like the McDonald's here to the McDonald's in America, but the McDonald's in Japan, different again. I love Chinese food, but I've got to admit, some things they do, you know, for flavours, do sound a little bit on the old cringe factor. Like I think I read somewhere they do a Kit Kat, a wasabi Kit Kat. Now, what is, like, I always think like wasabi's like a mustard, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a spicy way you look at it. So you think about that, right? A spicy Kit, that might actually work. I don't know. I'm not judging it. I ain't never tried it. I never judge anything I ain't tried. So at the end of the day, can't say you don't like it till you try it. But that's different. That is different. Another thing I know about why I'd love to go to America and have a look, it's like, you look at Las Vegas, how that's all lit up, and that'd be amazing to see it. I mean, it's always seeing it in films, but it's not the same thing. I mean, I've cheated a little bit. I've gone to Google Earth and had a look that way, but yeah, you never know. The world's changing. One day they'll bring out something you can blink and you'll be there. But until that day comes, I'm happy with my feet on the ground and not on the water as well. So but yeah, I mean, you look at that, I mean, there's a lot of places really that I would like to see in person, but there ain't something also though that sits on my mind to the point that I envy it. I just feel like, yeah, I'd love to, you know, I'd love to see these places, but there's nothing stopping me but my own illness and myself. But so at the end of the day, I'm happy with you know, with it. But I would love to go to America to see the places. I mean, I'd love to see all the, you know, the main state-elements of America, like Washington and New York City itself, Las Vegas and stuff like that. going to get dressed up as an alien and stand outside Area 51. Put a Jar Jar Binks modulator on my back. Probably get shot. But no. I'd also like to see the pyramids in Egypt. I wouldn't want to go in them. I don't agree with that personally. I think, you know, someone's grave at the end of the day or something like that. You know, there's bodies in them. You know, you shouldn't. You know, no one else would like it if you went and dug someone up. You know, so I think that people should leave them alone like that. But it'd be nice to see them. It would be nice to actually see the size of them and look at them and that. Oh, that'd be quite fun like that. But yeah, I'd also like to see the tallest building in Dubai. See how big that looks, huh? I mean, a lot of people don't realise. I mean, like I said, I'm not ashamed to talk about how my illness affects me. At the end of the day, it does it. I can't hide it. There's certain things I can do and certain things I can't. Such as, I live in England, but I've never really been to the complete centre of London. Why? Because you can't physically... I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but some people say you can't actually drive through London properly. Your best bet is to get like the tunnel, the underground and that, or a bus. I can't do that. I can't use public transport due to my anxieties and my illnesses, so you know, I don't try it. But I'd love to go on there. I'd love to go on to Madame Tussauds and that. See Big Ben in real life. I've not seen that. I've not seen Buckingham Palace. Not seen nothing like that. But then again, it's just something that I can live with. I can live with it. Yeah, and I don't envy anybody else coming. I don't sit there thinking, you know, it's alright for you and nothing like that. Because I could do it. I could. You know, nothing stops me but my illness, and my illness shouldn't define me, but unfortunately it's not as easy as that. It's like me saying to you, if I had to put it in the context for people that don't understand it, it's like you having a really bad headache, and I say to you, well, just don't have it. You know, everybody can say it, everybody can do it, but it's absolutely different when you've got it. That's why a lot of people... I mean, there's a lot of people out there that's looking down the suicide route. I've even looked down it myself. I'm not going to hide that fact. But this is how I get over it. And if anyone's listening to this now and who actually understands what I'm saying, and if I can give you any words on it, this is what I will say. Look at it as this point. It's a permanent and big solution to a small problem at the time. How you feel that day, you won't feel like that tomorrow. And if you do make the mistake of trying to think this is it and doing that, you won't live tomorrow to actually regret it. And you would regret it, because just because you feel bad today, you might not feel that way tomorrow. You haven't felt this way all your life, as neither have I. It's just how you feel at that time. And as I say, it sounds a lot easier than it is, because saying it like that, you know, well, it's easy, but you don't know the feeling. It is hard to describe it, and maybe one day, you know, I might touch on the subject and make a complete video just on this subject, because I think the world should stop hiding from it and treating it like is in a racist talk, when it's real, it's out there, and people need to understand they're not on their own, no matter how you feel, how stupid you feel. It doesn't matter what it is. But, you know, it's always saying there's people out there that can help you. Yeah, these people don't actually understand, though. If you're being paid to help somebody with a mental health problem, then you don't understand. It's your job. That's what it is. It's your job. You don't understand. Now, from someone's point of view that actually suffers with these problems, it's different. You know, to help somebody, if I can help somebody at the end of the day that's going through a problem that I understand, I will help you. I will try and give you some advice on it. You know, these people out there, yeah, I'm not saying they're not going to help you, but that's their job. They're being paid to do it at the end of the day. And I can't see where somebody that hasn't got anything wrong with them being paid to be research these problems are going to actually be able to give anyone any other advice. It's like these people that's gone through traumatic experiences with anything, like, you know, they've been in war, or they've been in a horrific car accident or something. Going to see somebody that doesn't understand these things, hasn't been in these things. You know, I haven't been in any of these things, so I myself couldn't advise you, but I'd give you the truth on that. I'd say that these people don't. You know, they try and go down the route of, oh, just take this medicine. Medicine is not always the key to anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just nice to know that you're not alone and you talk to somebody about it that actually understands, and not just sit there going, because they ain't going to help anybody. I mean, I like to think that I make sense with what I talk and what I say these things, and the only reason I think that I can make sense on it is because I do suffer myself, and I've been around a lot of people that do also suffer with mental health problems, so there's no real, you know, way of going around it. It's just help each other through it that day, and tomorrow you will feel great. I mean, today I feel really good, but yesterday I feel that this chair's gonna bloody break in a minute. That's one of these cuddle chairs. I keep swiveling around here. I can't help myself. It's so much fun. But back to tandem. Back to subject. What's the fucking hell? That's just the way I see it. The best way to beat something is to look at a different situation at the time. Now, like I said, that's a lot easier to be said than done. I know this. I've been in the situations myself where I can't see the light from the trees, as they say, or a light at the end of the tunnel, as they say. You just concentrate and think on how you feel at that particular time, and you feel like you can't remember when you actually felt normal, or sometimes even alive. So I get that. Like I said, when I stream, I stream so that it helps me talk to people. You know, what I'm doing now is so that everyone can just see that. You know, I don't know where I'm going with this at the minute, but it's a serious subject, as well as I like to have fun. And I think that the whole world needs to open up its fucking eyes at the end of the day, because all this world seems to think about is money. And oh yeah, everyone's going to go, well, of course they do, but they need to fucking stop it. Because sooner or later there'll be no money, there'll be nothing. All because of stupid greed. They say that greed will imprison us all, and probably will. I mean, it's with everything. You just look at life itself, what's changed within the last 10 years. We've gone from games being able to be played and bought from shops to you have to buy them and download them on stores and online only and half-finished shit. DVDs are crap, mainly. I mean, you know, half of them don't. What happens to good films, you know, and half the good things that used to happen, they don't make them anymore. Well, half the actors are retired or dead, but you know what I mean. Still do something. Comedies and fun. Like Scary Movie, they were funny. I know they were shit. They was so shit that they was funny, and that's what I liked about it. I mean, 'cause like, it's just funny. They hadn't done a spoof movie in a long time, and I know they kind of went a bit overboard with it, because you had them coming out from every angle. You had Scary Movie, you had teen movie, you had disaster movie, superhero movie, you know, but they were brilliant. You know, they lost an icon with Leslie Nielsen when he passed, because obviously he's a big part in all these funny ass films, but I just feel like they could do so much more. Like, look at, I mean, they couldn't really take the piss out of Deadpool because Deadpool takes the piss out of himself. So yeah, you know, that wouldn't really work. Again, I've changed subject and gone around to that, but I'm just pretty much trying to show people that not everybody's the same. Literally, they're not. And there is people out there that literally are doing probably what you're doing. Because, you know, the funny thing about this is if anyone ever was to find this video, you know, it wouldn't be people that are actually going out a lot. It would be people that are staying indoors thinking that this is the only life they can do because it's too anxiety to leave the house or whatever. But there's different outlooks on it. Because a lot of people go, oh, if you're like that, then maybe you should live in a special home or something. And it's like, well, I do have feelings as well, you know. Just because I can't leave the house doesn't mean I'm a retard. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that word either in the sense of, you know, backwards completely people. Because it doesn't mean that at all, you know what I mean? Even they've got a lot of smart aspects, but people just can't see. There's a lot of people out there. I know a lot of people. I've seen people with Down syndrome have done so much better things like drawing pictures and stuff that a lot of people can't do. Just because you look different or you have something different does not make you any other different in any other way, if you know what I mean, like in like mind smartness or how way you think. So people that can't see or people that can't talk, just because they can't see or they can't talk does not mean they have any different ability of how their mind works to anybody else. I mean, like, you know, the trouble with this world is you can use a word one day and it's fine, and then the next day it's offensive. So you can't win, if you know what I mean. You really can't win. I mean, you look back in the day, there were films that would say retard and da 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 da. You come along today, oh, you can't use that no more because it's offensive, blah blah blah. It's only offensive at the end of the day. I'm going to put this on blast. It's only offensive if you take offence to it. I mean, you want another example of this, right? If you went into a street and someone shouted at the top of their lungs, twat. Now, I wouldn't look personally because I don't consider myself a twat. But if you had to turn around and look, as would 300 other people, then you're pretty much just saying that you are one of them, aren't you? Because why would you look? Why would you look? There's no point. It's like people that get offended by words. You're clearly saying that you are what he's saying because you're offended by it. You know what I mean? Just take it with a grain of salt. It's a word. Words don't kill nobody. They hurt people. They can hurt people. I'm not saying they can't. Because if you're really like obese and you struggle with your weight and you've been picked on all your life, and then example, you really have tried to lose weight. So a lot of people think that if you're obese, you're fat or whatever. They automatically think that you eat everything in sight. And after people don't realise that ain't always the case. That could be you've got a health problem. It could be you've got an underactive thyroid gland or an overactive, whatever. No, it is underactive for that. You could be anything. It could be so much. I put on so much weight when I was a kid because I went on a drug called Ritalin, and I have heard that people are getting people done for it. Now, I can't be bothered, to be honest. I just can't be bothered. But I went on that. And I started it before I left school in the 6-week holidays in, I think it was like 1999. And I went home on that day from the summer holiday and I was like a stick ant. You could play the xylophone on my ribcage. But when I went back after the summer, you couldn't hear my heartbeat because I'd gained that much weight. And that was due to the Ritalin. They took me off it, but they told my parents that it would not make me hungry. I'd lose my appetite. But the thing was, I didn't even get to eat. I didn't eat. It just made me fat. It just blew me up. It put like water in all my muscles and water in everything. And you know, even now I get pains and stuff still from it. But that doesn't bother me. You know, I don't. sit there and look at it as, oh, that's a way I could get compensation. No. Because, at the end of the day, I just want to get on with my life. I just prefer to be left alone. In the sense of, I just want to have fun and good times. I don't want people to sit there and think that I talk about illness and stuff isn't we're looking for sympathy. We just want to get on with our life, and occasionally when we slip and fall, hopefully someone's there to catch us and tell us it's fine. That's about it, really. And I'd do the same thing if I could. Anyway, that's that subject done and moved on. Probably gonna get a lot of crap from all that from people, because you do. But before you comment and look a dickhead, yeah, if you've got a nice comment to say, you generally are doing something, then, good on you, whatever. But if you're one of these idiots that come on here like, oh no, because I'm fucking perfect, I write what I want, excuse me, what you said there, and make yourself even bigger-headed, just know that why don't you find me and say it to my face, instead of being a keyboard warrior and going, actually, because just because I have anxiety and I have other problems is in like mental health, do you think I'm gonna come out the door like a, come find me in my cave is what I say? But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm already fully aware and prepared for people to come on, comment with their negative shit, because the reason you have to be negative is because that's what makes your life good that day. You feel like, I've had a shit day today, so I'm going to come on here and I'm going to comment, and then I'm going to get a million of my friends to be like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. No, you're trying to contemplate for something. If you're a man, we all probably know what that is. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm happy enough to stand there and tell people the truth. And that's at the end of the day. I mean, at the minute, this gameplay's kind of a bit squiff, hasn't it, really? But that's the point of this. That is the point in why I do these. I want people to understand that. If you're here now, yeah, this is just, at the minute, you're probably sitting there and you're listening to it. If you're not, you're not. Right? If you don't, you don't. This meant to be... what I'm doing right now is pretty much, I've invited you into my life. I'm playing a game. It's like you're coming to my house right now, yeah? You're watching me play a game, and I'm talking to you. Whether this is hitting home to anybody or not, I don't know. I really don't know. Most people live their life at 500 miles an hour, and they get on a video, oh god, it's boring, it's quick, click, skip, turn it off. But for those out there that do like to take time, stop to look at the sky for about 5 minutes to actually notice the sky still blue, or notice the birds are actually singing outside for a change, instead of just going down the road like, vroom. That's the difference. That is the difference between me and probably everybody else. I take time, because without time, what you got? What you got? If you ain't got 5 minutes for your day to do anything, nothing should be defied by more than your own life. In the sense that if something has to be done that day, it doesn't have to be done. Nothing does. The whole world makes you sound like it does, and they all put their rules and red tape everywhere. But at the end of the day, we're all the same. And if everyone slew the fuck down a minute, they'd see that. But they can't. They're all too big. Like, that's not me. That's not me. Do you know everyone knows that? Just because you might not have a mental health problem. You might not have depression. But you might have a quirk. And that quirk, to me, might make you look different. For example, you might brush your teeth 5 times a day. You might have to have a can of deodorant on you that you spray every single 5 minutes. That's different to me. Because me, I spray myself 3 times a day. But I don't have it on me. I don't run around the house with it stuck in my pocket like a Swiss Army spray. You know what I mean? Psst, Glade, fuck off. Phew. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. Anyway, I've gone on way too much about crap. I've been sitting here for like, what, 20 minutes rambling? You know what I mean? So let's get on with this and see how that goes. At the end of the day, I keep saying that. At the end of the day, why am I a news presenter? At the end of the day, I don't care what other people say. I've got time of day for people that realise what I'm saying and understand it. I don't have to justify to anybody, you know. This is my channel. This is my time to where I actually have my say. I'm hoping that people can understand what I'm saying. Some of you won't, some of you will. I would like to think a lot more will than a lot more won't, especially in the day and age that we live in today. And that card is not... But you can never hold your breath out for anything, can you? But anyway, let's try and change the mood so if people are still watching, they can actually enjoy a bit of laughter. I don't know when that'll come, I'm stupid, but there we go. Right. So hopefully today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, if you stumbled across this video, you found it, we'd knock that dust off it. Then you can hopefully have a better day today, you know, do something fun. Do something completely out of your text that day. Go to watch a film you haven't seen. My show, I wouldn't always advise doing that. I watched a film. What was it? I actually watched a film with my wife. Because, oh yeah, believe it or not, I am actually married. Yeah, but anyway, lots a different story. She's the better half of me. But yeah, we watched a film, and I hate like romantic women films. I'm not, you know, not trying to be judgmental, but to me, God bloody hell, that idea that, you know, it's a happy ever ending, and he gets married to her at the end, and they run down the road, and he sticks himself in front of a car. Could you imagine if that film was in real life? This would be the headlines. Crazy retarded twat jumps in front of car, and woman gets a lawsuit out on him. And before anyone gets all shit and shirty about the word I used again, I keep telling you, I lived in a different day and age where that word doesn't mean what you think. I don't think anybody should even use that word for people like that. You should use and address them as a real proper, and as their proper illness. You should not even use that. I consider the word retard as just a it's the same as any other word to me, as in the concept of you using it to insult somebody, or in the concept of a point proven. You shouldn't be like, oh, look at this, we are going out today, I've got this retard with me and this retard with me, because that is, in my eyes, disgusting. The word retard should be used the same as any other word, as in like a colour of paint, or as in telling someone to fuck off. At the end of the day, it's a word. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if that word exists, then I'm already one myself. And I'm not lying, I am. I have illness, so therefore I can categorise that to myself, can I not? But anyway, the point is, I've gone completely off where I was again. The point is, I watched this film, and it was actually quite, what I was getting at, it was actually quite funny. In a dark, like, black style comedy, you know what I mean? It weren't like, ha ha ha, it's hilarious. It just had, like, funny elements into it. It's like that. They're going to do away with that next when you say black comedy. You know what I mean? I don't really understand where all this racial stuff came into it. I don't understand any of this, you know, if you wanted to hurt somebody, you could use a lot more different wording, really, couldn't you, to be honest? I just think that people are taking things stupid, and that's where the, you know, the bounds come into really stupid shit territory then, when people start to go, well, if that word's being banned, we'll ban the word mayonnaise, and whatever else. What else are they going to ban next, you know what I mean? You can't say the word white. because you're going to offend albinos. You can't say the word brown because you're going to offend brown. You can't say pink because you're going to offend pigs and pink people. There ain't no such thing as a pink person, but there you fucking go. The point is that, you know, when we get to this boundary of lines where everything we say is offensive, sooner or later, just shut your fucking mouth and don't say fuck all then. We're going to be like typing it, what we do. Half the people now walk around with their fucking phone sellotaped to their face. It's just like a sat-nav for people nowadays. It's how it's an instructions manual to get people to work. Facebook says I gotta do this, so I'm doing that from now on. I did this and I did this and I did this. Oh, fuck. At the end of the day, you know. But no, so yeah. I don't like certain style of films. What's everyone else's personal preference or favourite film? Me? I like a good comedy. I like an action comedy. And if you don't know, I'll give you some examples into what I'd say is action comedy. Like Beverly Hills Cop, Blue Streak, Bad Boys. You know what I mean? They're so much funny, but action in them at the same time. You know what I mean? I always like that scene in Bad Boys 2 where he's took the ecstasy pill and he's going, and he comes down the stairs and he's like, oh, this is a nice fucking fish. Big fucking eyes, but nice fucking fish. I thought that was brilliant. I really did. Like I said, but I'm easily pleased. See, the trouble is, I treat every person as I would want to be treated. I think everybody should be voiced an opinion, including the people that want to, you know, just come on here to moan at you, make your life feel worse, and be critically correct on it. Politically, I can't even say that word. Oh my god, there we go. Here we fucking go. There are. There's another one for you to write in the comments about. At the end of the day, everyone's got an opinion. And then, with your comment, I then have an opinion to voice my opinion back to you. That's the point. That is the point. But I keep going back and keep going back to this fucking subject, don't I? I know people right now are like, oh my god, I'm going to try and get away from it. Let's try and that's it. So yeah, what's your favourite style of movie, or if it was a horror film, what would be your favourite? For me, it has to be Freddy Krueger. Now I know today they don't live up to like, oh, they're fucking scary, but they're so funny. Like that bit where he's got that kid and he's playing the video game with him, and he kills him by making him go down the stairs, and he's going boing 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 boing. He's like, don't forget the power glove. That is just epic. Absolutely epic. It's so funny. It really is funny. Right, we already ran out of subject on that. That's fair enough. It's subject. As I said, it's just so much crap in this conversation. I'll call it that because, you know, I don't know what else to call it. It's jumbled up. It's everything. It's talking about games remastered. It's talking about this game. It's talking about online games. It's talking about mental health. It's talking about everyday life as myself. It's talking about films. It's just everywhere right now. I ain't gonna lie, but that's the point of it. I don't live with a filter. And I think that's what the world should do. I mean, you know, what about morals? Fuck morals. I mean, you know, there's respect. There's difference, isn't there? You know, there's having respect for somebody. But at the end of the day, if you haven't got the balls to turn around and tell somebody the truth, are you really worth talking to? I mean, that's the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, if someone was going down the road and they looked a complete prat in what they were wearing or whatever, and someone asked me outright, what do you think of what I'm wearing? I didn't like it. I'd tell them outright, you know, but I don't hurt their feelings in that sense either, though. I'd tell them why I don't like it, you know, at the end of the day. But that's me, not me, you know what I mean? I don't have to wear it. It's your opinion. You wearing it, you're liking it. Why? You are someone's opinion. You know, I'd be honest. That's me. I'm an honest person that way. I wouldn't be like, nah, mate, you look fantastic. Like, polished dog shit. Know what I mean? I'd rather say, mate, you look like a dickhead, but then, you know, but then I tell him why, or her why. Well, it's because the minute you're going down the road, you look like you're a multicoloured Fruit Loop. You know what I mean? But, see? people can say the same about me. They can say the same, and I'd appreciate the feedback. You know what I mean? But yeah. All right, moving on. Because I think we're going for the Guinness Book of Records on changing conversation and seeing what actually comes out of this. What would your hobbies be, or what would your hobby like to be that you have yet done for reason, either money and finances, curiosity and that. Me, I was a bit of a stupid start really, because I don't actually know. I don't know. I mean, I've got so many different hobbies that I like doing. To be fair, I love doing music. I love mixing and listening to music. I love music. I like gadgets, like small gadgets. I'm fascinated with all little gadgets, and I'll tell you what I mean by like small gadgets. I mean, I like torches, you know what I mean, and lights and stuff like that, like laser pens. I loved all that. I've still got laser pens now. I know that I think they've been banned in a lot of places due to people abusing the fact of what they do with them, like they go to the airports and flash down planes and shit with it. But I use mine indoors only. I don't really take it outside and do stuff like that, because I've got to admit, they are really powerful lasers, and I think if I went outside, it'd distract somebody with them, so I don't do that. I stay indoors with them, but I find it fun just messing around indoors. I quite like the fact that you can really see the green beam on them and that, you know. Fascinating. Fun. I love collecting figurines, like horror figures and that from different things, NECA, Mezco, stuff like that. But I really had a really massive figure collection at one point, and I ended up having to sell them all due to falling on financial problems. But the thing about collecting things like that, it doesn't matter so much, because they constantly bringing them out, so you have a chance to get a better one, a newer one, you know, a different one, like. And that's good. That is really good in a lot of ways. So like when people go, oh, well, how many more Freddy figures are we gonna get, or blah blah blah, I'm glad they do, because if you're like me and this day and age you fall on hard times, a lot of people do. You have to sell things you like. You get a chance later to buy a new one. Or some people, for example, they buy them when they're and then the new one comes out and it might have better detail or something, so you think, oh, I'll sell my old one and get that one. So yeah, I've recently bought a welding gun because I wanted to learn how to weld. I haven't got around to doing it yet, because to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to start or nothing yet, so you know, it's just something. But that's what I do. I like to do things different, you know. I don't just sit here playing games all day and doing stuff like that. I'll have people know that. I don't just do that. I do try and interact and give myself some hobbies and do all that. I ain't just sitting there waiting for the dust to fall off the top of my head. But yeah, like I said, I hope people realise and understand that this conversation, I know it's been completely random on this one. This live stream's gone a little bit haywire. I don't even know what people are going to think of it, to be fair, but that's the point of what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to, you know, fit in with everybody else's world. I just do my own thing. I do my own thing, and if people have got the time to sit and listen to this stream later, find it later, whatever, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's random, completely random. You know? I mean, I change subject that many times and talk about how much crap, you know. It's just my life. It's crap to people, not to me. And it's my opinion and my point. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'll tell you one thing I could never do, and that is do the streaming where people could see you, because I don't know, I just ain't got the confidence for that. I mean, I'm covered in tattoos, and you always get people asking, like, you know, what's that tattoo mean, or why is that tattoo there, or da 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 da. And, you know, it's just, some tattoos just don't want to be, you know, get people asking stuff all the time, all the time. I often have been asked, does tattoos hurt? And I always say yes, because they do. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, tattoos do hurt. Some places, not as much as other places, obviously, but they do hurt. It's been proven. You watch a program called Just Tattoo of Us or something, even on there, tattoo artists in some of the series end up getting a tattoo themselves, and they cannot even sit through it. And they're a tattoo artist, so, you know, for people sitting going, nah, mate, tattoos, nah, they don't hurt at all, mate, standing over it all day, you're lying, mate. Absolutely lying. And I've got tattoos everywhere, fingers, neck, throat, both arms, legs, knees, feet, the lot, I've covered. And I can categorically say they do hurt. There's nothing to be ashamed of by sitting there saying it hurt. It doesn't make you a bigger man and go, oh, no, man, I didn't feel a thing. And I'm not saying that though, because some people actually might not feel it if they've got like, because some people have got that thing, haven't they, where their nerves don't, they're not, I can't remember what it is now. I think it's like when their nerves aren't close enough to some other, like normal people's nerves are in all in the same place, but some people's nerves are like really deep rooted or something, they can't feel it, so technically they probably can't. Or unless you've got like no feeling in that part of your skin and all, and then you're not going to feel it. But for me, I found my fingers really hurt. The top of my fingers didn't hurt that much, but like when you get down to like where your nail is, like there, oh my god, I'll describe the pain for what it was for me. It felt like I'd stuck my fingers in ice for about an hour. You know, like when you're a kid and you go out with your parents, whatever, your hands are that cold, and then some idiot shut your fingers in the car door. Yeah, well, that's what it felt like for me. It felt like my fingers had been stuck in ice. They were cold, they were stinging, and then I slammed them in a car door. That's what it felt like. And then I'll also describe what it felt like when they were healing. For me, they was the most itchiest ever. Of all my tattoos, when they healed, they were itchy as, you know, I could have literally filed them across the carpet. They was that itchy. So the healing process of the fingers is quite bad for me. That's me. Also for me, the back, that kind of hurt for me. It felt like fishing hooks plucking my skin. But yeah. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's going to get a different experience. You know, some people might not have a sensitive back, but they might have had sensitive arms or whatever. And it also goes on people's, you know, weight. If you're a thin set person, then obviously you're going to have, your veins are going to be sticking out a little bit more. You're going to have your skin's going to be a little bit thinner maybe in that lot, and, you know, so you're going to probably get a lot more stinging than that to a heavier set person. I don't know. Now I can't answer that because I've always been quite stocky, you know. I weightlift, and like I said, you know, I sit around 15 stone at 5'7", so, you know, I'm no xylophone anymore. You know, see my ribs, but that does not mean it doesn't hurt, because it does hurt a lot. But for me, my stomach didn't hurt. That actually didn't hurt at all. My stomach didn't hurt. Neither did my chest so much. My neck, that hurt a lot. Again, that felt like it was plucking slowly, like pluck, 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 and it's stinging. And another place that hurt me quite a lot was the side of my leg at the bottom, on the calves, on the sides. Not the inner, the outer side. So
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I've seen a lot of people get tattooed there and they're normally all right with it. But me, that really stings. But not so much on my right leg as it did my left leg. My left leg, whew, yeah, that did that hurt quite a lot for me.
Yes.
I've changed subject again. I've just realised that. But see, this is the fun. I call it fun. Like I said, you know, if anyone can take anything out of what I say, just take everything with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? Because it's just opinion. It's just my opinion. It's just... It's like, for example, you saying you love tomato sauce and the person beside you saying they love mayonnaise. You know what I mean? It's your opinion. This is my opinion. Everything I've ever said in this whole stream is my look on everything. And that's all I can say.
Let's go.
I mean, these streams are made for people who like to see games. They're made for people that maybe want to talk. I do it in the hopes of talking to people, getting opinions, but also just talking normal everyday stuff. Whether that be a touchy subject or not, you know, it's just everyday stuff. Like, here's another random one for you that's completely off the scale of, you know, just casual stuff. Like, I'm waiting for a film to come out. There's a couple of films this year that I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I didn't go to cinema, but I want to see the new Hobbs and Shaw film, and I also want to see a film called Crawl with a crocodile in it. It looks like George. It looks good. It does look good. I like the Lake Placid film. The very first one was good. I don't understand why like they had like a really big budget with the first film, and then like the second and all that lot was just like B-movie budget style. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that why would they go like down that route? It's like Jeepers Creepers 3. I haven't seen it yet. I've got it, and I haven't seen it yet. The reason I haven't seen it is because I heard so many people said it was that bad. Now I don't go by that, you know. Like I was saying earlier, you know, you go by your own opinion. But way I've heard about the film, I was just thinking, oh, I'm not like dire need to see it. But I got it cheap, and to be honest, I haven't even seen it to buy anymore, so I don't know if it was that crap and no one's stocking it anymore or what. I mean, you probably get it on Amazon. But yeah, I heard it was crap. I don't know. I ain't seen it yet, so I can't give my opinion. I mean, I watched the new versions of the Nightmare on Elm Street, and I feel, personally, my opinion is they've ruined it. I absolutely hated them. Now, if you love them, you know, sorry, it's your opinion, but you know, good on you. You like them, you like them. That's perfectly fine. You know, maybe you didn't see the originals, or the originals are just outdated that much now. You feel like they're crap to the new ones, but I find the new ones, he just looks so bad. I mean, not bad as in like, you know, wow, he's ugly and he's bad like that, but just bad as in, Christ, what have they done? Because you look at, I mean, you got to look at Robert Englund as the last time he played Freddy, which would have been Freddy versus Jason. He looks so much better than this one. This one looks like someone sat on his face and farted with a candle in front of him and blew his face off. It looks like he's, I don't know, it looks like he's got a little clay on his face or whatever. He didn't look burned, not in my opinion he didn't. Whereas Freddy, you know, they gave him a really distinguishing look. But I always find that when you've made a film once and then someone goes back and they remaster it or whatever, they ruin it. They always ruin it. Because they always changing things. I mean, can anybody actually tell me a film that was actually remade that's actually good? There might be one. I'm not saying there isn't, so don't think I'm, you know, saying there isn't. I can't think of one. I really can't. Really am trying to think. I mean, does anyone remember them? I mean, I know I'm going back now and this is going to be cringe-worthy, but does anyone remember them films Spy Kids? They was pretty good back in the day when you know, when you cheesy crap sort of thing, crying away, but man, I'm trying to think. I mean, I think there was like 3 in total, weren't there? Yeah, there was, because there was Spy Kids 3D. I actually did go to the cinema and see that when I was a kid. I've seen a lot of films at the cinema, but now with my anxiety so bad, I don't like going out to places like that nowadays. But let's see how many films I've been to cinema and seen. Let's have a look. I've been and I saw King Kong, the Peter Jackson one. That was alright. I liked it, but that was a bit long-winded. But I liked it. Fell asleep all the way to the bit where she kept screaming in Kong's face, and then I woke up like, wow. I went to see Garfield, the first one. I saw Triple X2 with Ice Cube. I saw Bruce Almighty. I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
Alien vs Predator, House of Wax. So I'm quite happy. I've been a fair few times. I went to see Austin Powers Goldmember. I went to see Shark's Tale. Where else did I go see? I went to see Jeepers Creepers 2. I've got to think. There's a fair few. I went to see Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There has been quite a lot of films. James Bond, Die Another Day. Went and saw that. Oh man, I'm quite actually happy, you know, to think about that, because only when you sit down, you know, and think about it, I mean, obviously people are gonna be like, wow, I've seen like 1,000,000 films just this week. I went and saw da da da, but you know, to me, I'm happy with that. You know, it's good to say I've done that. I think that's quite cool. Yes, I do. No matter how small an accomplishment, if you've done it, it's good on you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of. I don't. I'm trying to think of the last film. I think the very last film I would have seen at the cinema would have actually been Dead Man's Chest, because I think that was the last film I went to see. It must be the last film I see. Don't quote me on it. I might have seen another one since then, but I'm pretty sure it was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest in 2007. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I think that was it. That's the last film I saw. We was gonna see, I think it was James Bond Skyfall, but something didn't go. I think my anxiety kicked out or something, and I couldn't go in, so me and my wife didn't actually end up going to it, so. Anyway, I'm not going to get myself down on thinking of things I couldn't do. Let's go along with things we can do.
Ready?
Let's see, what else could I say about, well, now, I was trying to bring the mood up a bit instead of keep talking about stuff that's not, people don't want to keep hearing about bad things all the time and stuff. Well, cinema I think weren't bad, but yeah. Does anyone in here, you know, got a Switch? I'm looking to get the Luigi's Mansion game. I haven't picked that up yet. I'm looking forward to playing it. Really am looking forward to playing it. It looks really good. Obviously, I can't stream the Switch as well. I don't know how you do it. See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the brainiest box in the world. It might be easy when I, you know, if I look it up, but I don't know how to do it at this moment as I'm speaking to you now. So I will have to look into that, and maybe I could do that, because I love Mario Maker. Man, I love that game. I think I love that a bit too much, you know what I mean? It's a great game. Such replay value with that game. I would love if they made a Donkey Kong Maker. Because Donkey Kong has a lot with it as well. And it depends how far back they're going to let you go with it. But Mario, see, that was just such a good idea because there's so many styles with that game. And I was really, you know, holding out so long, hoping there was going to remaster like Mario Maker 1. And when I found out that I was bringing Mario Maker 2, well, that was just even better for me. I was a little bit down at the fact that you had to pay to go online, you know, but it's a lot cheaper than the PlayStation anyway. But I think it's like £19, £16 for the entire year, so yeah, it's nothing, you know, too drastic. But it might be for some people because, you know, this day and age, money's tight. You know, you can't. I don't know why if it's got to cost so much money. Not quite. I've just concentrated. I've lost. Damn it. No, I ain't. It's another lap. We are not out of this yet. But don't think that all my videos that I stream are like this, because they're not. So don't think, oh my god. I mean, it's just how I feel at that particular time. So, you know, if you want straight, normal talking where it is just what it is, that's what I tend to try and do. Give people straight talking. Oh shit, there's 2 laps to go. I didn't realise that. I thought like literally 3 laps. Okay. Do not ask what I'm doing right now. I'm literally driving it like I stole it. Out of the way. Shit, shit, shit. For example, I might do another stream after this game and talk more shit. No, seriously, I might talk something, you know, try and talk something different, but I do feel like I would like to make a video on a lot of different subjects and just keep it to that subject, like make a video on it and get my opinion and outlook on that. But right now, what I would really like to do is beat this car. Oh, no, I'm gonna. Yeah, he's gonna beat me. I'm all over the bloody road, or whatever this is. It's not even a road. It is bend down. Does anyone remember? So again, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again, and then people go, oh god. But does anyone remember a game called Wrecking Crew on PlayStation 1? Because I thought that game was well funny. Wrecking Crew. There was also another one called Street Racer, and that was really good and all. I just remember the girl with the blonde hair and the pink and yellow car. It was like Mr. Blobby. That was amazing. They were like Mario Kart for PlayStation. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Right. I might, like I said, end this gameplay here. Before I do though, I just wanted to say, you know, people have to understand that when I talk on here, I just want to keep things. I think what it is I want to talk about so much stuff at once that I get confused, and then like I run with it, and then like something will trigger my brain, and then I'll go with something else. I'm like that. People have to understand that that's me as how my brain works. It's like some people are like that. You know, they'll be like talk about one thing and then they'll remember something else and then they'll go straight back to that and then they'll come back to this. And I'm like that. When I'm talkative, I'm like that. When I'm not talkative, you won't get nothing out of me. See, when people watch these streams, I'm gonna be near enough the same in all of them because I'm I'm on my high, I'm happy and I want to talk and I want to do everything at once. You don't get to see the part when I'm not like having a good day because well, that's not really part to do a stream, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a stream like that, but I'm hoping people understand that I'm taking time to show people, that I'm just trying to be myself, being honest at the end of the day. Not everyone likes to show their own feelings or let anyone know things, but at the end of the day, I've been through so much in my life that there's nothing you can say to offend or hurt me, you know what I mean? I was brought up in a tough, thick-skinned style family, you know what I mean? It's not like you can say something and then I'm gonna go off on one or enough, and be offended by it, because at the end of the day, I've been through everything. So, but I mean, this is how I see it with these streams. You get to see me play games, you get that. I'm hoping that the subjects I talk about relate something to one of the people that's watching this. I know no one's watching it at this particular moment in time, and if you never watch it, well then, you don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. That didn't make no fucking sense. But the whole get to the end of the story, nail on the head, end of, is basically, I'm just trying to say that I stream and I talk about things that's interesting me that day or things that's impacting my life at that moment, and it can be random. Sometimes it will be things that I'm gonna be pissed off about. That's just the difference. I'm pissed off with all these online only games coming out because to me I just feel like I'm a gamer. I love games. And I feel like that's killing the gaming community, and they're doing it with the games that you look forward to playing. I mean, I was quite happy and very excited, looking forward to Diablo 4. To find out it's going to have to be an online at all time games, it just does. I'm not buying it, And I know a lot of people are still going to buy it, and a lot of people are still going to be like, oh, it's moving forward, not. But that's up to you. I mean, it's your money, it's your life. If you're one of these people that like to buy your games, sell your games, or buy your games and you don't care, that's up to you. I'm not saying you can't buy it. I'm saying that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy it. I don't agree with supporting online only games. This is the thing that this stream, I'm hoping people get from it, that we're all different, I'm not trying to show people how to be. I'm just showing people me and how I am, and I'm hoping that some people out there are the same as me. I mean, I'd imagine a lot of you out there that don't like online only games, and there's a lot out there that do, and I suppose there's the majority of you that's 50-50 with it. You'll be like, well, I prefer it not to be, but I want to play the game, so regardless, I'm going to buy it. That's how you are. And I get that. Because I mean, myself, I'm obviously excited about Diablo 4, so in your eyes, you think, why don't you just buy it, enjoy it, and get as much time you can out of it? Yeah, I get that. But I don't like enjoying things that I don't know later in life that you can't play again. It's just the way I am. I mean, obviously, when you really think about it, everything's like that anyway. When you really think about it, I mean, you buy a CD player, and you don't really keep it forever and ever and ever, do you? You get bored of it, you sell it, you move on, it breaks, whatever. So I suppose people look at it that way, but from my point of view, I don't look at it that way when it comes to my CDs, my DVDs, or my games. I look at it as I'd like to buy it, I pay a lot of money for it, and that's it. But now let me explain this also in a different context way. Where the difference is, I don't care. Like, if, for example, CD player, I bought it, and then, I don't care if it broke in a couple of years' time. It's because every single CD player I buy, all my CDs work in it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have an importance because, I mean, it's great. It's expensive, 100 odd quid maybe some places and that. But what I'm trying to get at is I can play my CD on my PlayStation. I can play my CD in my car. I can play my CD in my laptop. I can play my CD anywhere. Whereas the PlayStation 4 game, you can only play it on the PlayStation 4. You know what I'm saying? And that game in particular is going to come on PS4, Xbox, and PC, yeah. But they're all the same. They're all going to be online only. Require an online. Now, it's different for PC players in a lot of ways because they've got the technology and the time to create their own lobby. If the game ever went bust tomorrow, there is ways for somehow, I don't understand it, I might be talking out my ass here, but I always think there's a way that they can create their own lobby anyway and still play the game. Some way. Because they've been doing it with the PlayStation 2 Star Wars game. Somebody's been making their own lobbies and that, and they still play the game today. That's my point. But I don't particularly like that. That's just how it is with me. I don't want online only games. I really don't. And the day that I worry a little bit because I feel like that's what is coming. I feel like they're pushing online only more and more, and I feel that one day we won't even be able to go into a game shop and buy a game. I feel like they'll all be digital, all of them. And unfortunately, I'll either have to move on with the times or not bother. Now, unfortunately, I'm probably going to not bother. Which means I've now lost one of my favourite hobbies, which is playing video games. And people can say again, but you're just letting them rule your life at the end of the day when you just give in to them. It's like they say, no, you're going to do this, lump it and like it. And you're like, yes, I will do that, I will do that. And I don't do that. I like to have my own boundaries in life, and that's one of them. I won't pay for something just because I want it. If it doesn't suit what I want, I won't get it. I mean, everybody's the same, and so I mean, I'd love a Lamborghini Diablo, but if I won that car tomorrow, I'd instantly sell it. Why? Well, there's millions of reasons why. One, I don't have the finances to insure that car, run that car, and to be honest, I'd be completely shit scared to drive the car because if I just so much as hit the wheels on the curb, something like that, that's going to cost an arm and a leg and probably knocks the value of the car down immensely. Whereas I think to myself, it's a lovely car. I'd love it, but I can't afford to run it, so I'd get rid of it. It's, best thing to do, scenario-wise, when you look at it. But anyway, I just hope people realise that these streams are just for me to interact a little bit, hopefully make a bit of conversation for enough people to come in and relate with the PlayStation 1 games, relate with the remastered games, relate with the online only games, relate with the mental health problems, relate with everything, and then I get a variety of people commenting for different reasons, different things, and I hope then a wider audience can come and hopefully give their opinion and talk. I'm also accepting the people to come and troll and show their mean side as they always can't wait to do. But I'll just tell you now, you're wasting your time. Because I'm ready, mate. I mean, I've been through a hell of a lot in my life. And, what can you say, It doesn't matter. So yeah. Anyway, I'll probably be doing another stream later on, guys. If anyone sees this, like I said, I will be doing another one. Different game again. I don't know yet. I was going to do a stream WWE game, but I think everyone's doing it, and to be honest, it's quite a lot of glitches in it at the minute, so I probably won't get a good game play out of it, but we might, we'll see. But anyway, this stream, hope everyone liked the gameplay they did see of Trailblazers, and I hope, like I said, my conversation somewhere will spark something with somebody, and whether, don't... What I'm going to say this before I go, right? Don't take every part of this conversation as it's directed for all, for just you. Take the parts out of the conversation that interest you. So if you are interested in the PlayStation 1 game talk, then talk to me about that, and I'll just talk to you about that. If you get something out of the health talk, then talk to me about that. Whatever you get out of this, if there's anything good out of it, then just talk to me about it. If not, then I'll just keep rambling on to my fucking self. Till then, though, I'll see you all on the next stream. I would tell you what that would be, but my mind is the exact same as I am on here, so you never know what I'm going to play next. But hopefully stay tuned for the next gameplay on whatever it will be. And thanks for watching.